Hi, happy Sunday. It has been, I think, a few weeks since I last did my vlog, for reasons which I will let you know about. So not as regular as it has been so far. Um, but yeah, I think I last did it sort of the week of my second chemo, so that's now gone, which is good. Um, Literally, actually, I know that everyone says this, but this is such a roller coaster journey. Like, literally, the last time I spoke on here, I'd had a really good week and I was feeling good about stuff and really positive, and that hasn't changed. But literally 2 days after that, um, I washed my hair, and as I was kind of combing it through, lots of it started falling out, which is the first time that had happened, and found it really hard, much harder than I thought I would actually. Um, and it wasn't even a vanity thing. Don't get me wrong, I like my hair's fine, but it's never been a big thing. I've always kind of complained about it being thin or not the right length or that kind of stuff. Um, but it was more just that it was something that I could actually see in front of me that was an effect of what I'm going through at the moment. And I just found it really, really difficult. And the rest of that day, I was a bit of a wreck. Everything was setting me off. I just felt really tearful, really overwhelmed by everything. And I think it was the first time when I feel like I've properly struggled with stuff. And also the the first time where I think I've realised that I need to face up to like the emotional side of it and not necessarily see it as a weakness if I get upset, and actually probably see it more as like, okay, good, it makes me feel better once I've had a big cry. um that day I was struggling. It probably didn't help, it was the day before my chemo session, so I was kind of feeling a bit anxious anyway. Um but I'm glad it happened. I feel like I needed to hit a low point, and I don't feel like I'd actually hit it yet. So then I had chemo number two the following day when my mum and sister came up instead. And I didn't enjoy it one little bit. I found it really, really difficult. I don't know if it was a result of what happened the previous day or it, I really struggled. They were really busy, and I spent the cold cap was horrible. I had it on for a really long time. Spent the whole time shivering. Um, I was crying at certain points. Just not really the way I wanted to go about it. Um, but I guess that's what's going to happen, and that's kind of the reality of it. And I was put on a different anti-sickness this time because last time nausea was like one of my big things, um, and that didn't really help either. I got back here, um, and I just felt awful. Really, I think obviously the issue is that chemo is cumulative. So whereas the first time I was starting from a completely healthy body, and this time I've had one round and it goes on top of that. So I think it's definitely going to get harder. But um, I just found my emotions were just really, really at the forefront of my mind that day, and I just found it hard. Like, my little sister was having to do things for me, and she took my makeup off for me. It sounds really silly, but I like to wear makeup when I go in. I don't want to look really ill. And I just found it really hard that she was having to do this stuff for me, because I feel like I should be looking after her. And I'm really overprotective of all of my younger brother and sisters. And I just found that really, really hard. And then I think as a result of that, because of the cool cap, it adds on a few hours onto every treatment, and it that was really, really difficult that day. And ever since then, my hair's been sort of coming out on a daily basis, and it's not kind of how I imagined it. I literally thought clumps would be coming out. It's more just like, when I'm combing it, like literally, it is just falling out and everywhere. Literally like a golden retriever at the moment. If you see my house, it's just hair everywhere. And I just sort of think, what's the point of adding all that trauma onto something that's not very pleasant anyway? And to stop something which feels like it's happening, and I'm still having to deal with the psychological aspect of losing my hair. Um, so I've decided not to wear the cool cap anymore. And this coming week, I am going to get my hair all chopped off. So next time I do this, I may look a bit different. I'm going to try and find out if the hairdresser can even like cut it shorter, without shaving it. Um, but obviously, you can't see from 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 the screen, but it's got so thin. Like when my parting is where it normally is, you can completely see my scalp. It's not the nicest, so I just need to take control of the things that I'm able to, and this is one of them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So wish me luck. Hopefully I can pull off the short hair and I'm not going to look like a ping pong ball because my head's so round. Um, so yeah, so obviously then I've had a week now since chemo, and just the same thing as the first one, just really nauseous, but feeling worse, just really difficult to concentrate. I'm told that is called chemo brain, which I'm going to be blaming regardless of the fact if it's due to that. And so it's just the same thing. I went in on Friday, and I'm being given different drugs, and kind of just feel like I'm on a little bit of a conveyor belt at the moment, of a sort of trial and error. Let's see what works next. Um, but again, I did the same thing on Friday, and I'm feeling much better. So I don't know if they're going to try and work that into my program or not. I'll be able to review with my oncologist when I next see her. And I think one thing, so I was, Laws came with me on Friday, and we were sat there for quite a long time. So we were just chatting about loads of various things. And I've realised that there's quite a few silver linings to all this. So I'm gradually going to start to build up a bit of a list so I can look back when I'm having a bit of a rubbish day. So just down to things like I'm seeing more of the people I love, which sounds really cheesy, but it's actually really nice. So I'm seeing my mum kind of at least once a week, seeing a lot more of Nick, and obviously it's not the circumstances I would choose, but it's nice that kind of there's some good coming out of it, and I'm getting to see lots of people, and I'm saving a fortune. I mean, God knows how much I spend on socialising, because I looked at my bank balance the other day and it was brilliant. So that's a lesson for the future. And then we were talking about hair loss. So it seems like it falls out from everywhere. So I'm also saving money on waxing and just the general annoyance of shaving. So yes, I'm focusing on the silver linings. That is going to be the moral of the last few weeks. Started tough, ending in multiple hair loss. So on that joyous note, I'm going to go, let you enjoy your Sunday evenings. I've got Strictly and Blue Planet to watch. And I will see you next time, where I may look slightly different, hopefully better. But until then, bye.